Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video, and today we are here for my F1 2017, I think it was the start of November events challenge world record run, sort of tutorial run, and also, you know, sort of showing off what setup I used and everything. But there was my personal best. At the moment it was a 252,000 score, so, you know, just over a $250,000. Potentially I could have probably got a little bit more out of this run. You will get to see the full run in a second. In terms of assist, then, you can see we're running absolutely nothing but corners only racing line. From what I gather, it doesn't actually affect your score, so, you know, that's why I roll, you know, that setup for this. If it does affect my score, then I may try and do it again, but I'm just a lot more consistent with racing line on. 110 AI, no flashbacks, park firm on. Damage is set to the max. But yeah, this run, not the best in the world. There was definitely, you know, a couple more seconds to find in it. I might try and do it again over the course of the week. But it was the world record when I recorded it. It's still the world record a day later, so hopefully that can, you know, stay where it is. But here we are then at Austria. Objective, win the race. With just under 8 laps of the Australian Grand Prix remaining, Estosari finds himself in 5th place, charging through the field, perfectly in tune with his Ferrari F2002. Can he catch and overtake his teammate, thus securing a dramatic race win in the F2002? One of my favourite cars, actually, on this game, and around one of my favourite circuits, actually, for this car. I really do like this car track combination. But yeah, here we are then, having a look at my setup. I'm actually going to be running my Austria setup from SRL, so 6-7 wings on the car, and then we have got, I'm pretty certain, near enough a fully unlocked transmission, or as low as it will go. This setup is entirely time trial based. You know, you can just sort of push to the limit on this, so 50-72% on the on and off throttle there, 2.5 and 1 degree minus, sorry, both of those of camber. Front toe we got 0.5 degree, 0.05 and 0.2 degrees. 829866 suspension, 68 brake pressure, and 53 front brake bias. You know, don't really want to be locking up in this car. Very easy to do, running very, very high tyre pressures, 24.2 and 22.3. And then the weight distribution on 7. You can lose the back end just about in this car if you do get it really, really wrong. And once the back end goes, it is completely gone. So you've sort of got to be a little bit wary of this, just the way the traction control does work in this car. But here we are then, ready for the start. And the first thing you've got to remember to do is actually shift straight up into 5th gear there. For some reason the car does force you to run in 4th off the launch. Flick it up into rich revs as well. You will not be needing to change that all race long. Only 7 laps to go, near enough 2 laps of spare fuel, so you can run rich revs right through to the very end. And this first lap, well, the first couple of laps are probably the most critical of this whole run, in all honesty. It's actually quite easy to get up into the lead of the race, the way sort of the pack has worked out. There's quite a few lapped cars in the way, so to get into the lead of the race isn't actually that difficult. 110 AI. I was able to do that first time around. But yeah, apart from that, it's sort of then about just making sure you perfect the run. Don't get any warnings for track extending or anything like that. I do get very, very lucky a couple of times on this run of that. You see they're running a little bit wide out of the 3rd last corner here. But these two are always willing to try and pounce on you if you do make mistakes there. So you got to make sure, you know, that's really where you can lose a lot of points around this run, is just getting those warnings for track extending there. Setting up at 1 minute 10.3 for my first lap. Going to have to dive it up the inside of the Renault there. Not really the ideal place to try and catch him. You want to be past him before that corner, or get a bit of a cheeky switchback move on the exit of the corner there. But overall, didn't lose that much time from that. You have to be so aggressive with your moves in these sorts of runs. You know, you can't have any respect for the AI, unfortunately. It may not be the best thing in the world in terms of, you know, nice, clean racing for the viewers, but sometimes, you know, when you're trying to go for these world record runs, you sort of have to be a little bit aggressive in terms of the AI. And now, this next part of the lap, really, really crucial. You can sometimes get ahead of this Red Bull, McLaren, and even potentially the Ferrari if, you know, the lapped car does get in the way. Unfortunately, on this run, I wasn't able to do that, but really, I actually did quite well, you know, for that not really to end up costing me too much time as we come through the next couple of corners. Just absolutely no turning on the back end, and it also just does not grip up. There's the lapped car getting completely in the way there. Just going to give me the opportunity to dive it down the inside of the RB6. Think about going for a move down the inside of the McLaren there. Run a little bit wide on the exit of the corner. Now there's yellow flags out as there's the typical retirement from this race that comes at completely the wrong time there. But there's just a split second of green flags there, and we're able to just about get the car in front of the McLaren there. Completely squeeze him out over the apex there. But I got very, very lucky with that bit. Didn't really lose myself too much time. Ideally, you want to be ahead of those two before that whole period, but sometimes there is absolutely nothing you can do about that. And really, you know, if you don't lose out too much time actually navigating them, then you can actually benefit quite a bit, you know, from that sort of thing. Now, between this and the end of the race, though, you've got one more car to try and navigate, the Letorno, just ahead of me here. And from then on, you know, you've really now got to be concentrating on making sure you are setting fastest and fastest laps over and over. For me, I think my PB was a 1:07 as we completely run into the back of my teammate there. Just, you know, he breaks so early through these corners here, and you see coming out of the next corner, they're attacking the curbs once more. They're somehow not getting a warning once more, and now we're down the inside in towards the final couple of corners here. We do have the inside line, so we're going to move now up into the lead of the Grand Prix. Very conservative. Very conservative, as I said, yeah, through that second to last corner there, you know, on the inside. Not really the ideal line there, and you can see we set a 1:09.0 there, which isn't a particularly great lap. And to be honest, you know, these first few laps I felt were really sloppy. Overall, you know, there's definitely the potential, really, you know, if you find the AI in perfect places to make it, you know, close to, I reckon, another sort of 2-3 seconds, an 8:35. So, sorry, no, an 81, I think it is, 35, is definitely possible. But now, between now and the end of the run, you've got 2 more lap cars to navigate. By this point, you know, you're just going as fast as possible, trying to pray that you can find them at the right points around this circuit. You see, short shift out of that corner in 3rd gear here, and now you probably get a good look at, you know, a couple of pretty quick laps around this Austrian Grand Prix circuit. The classic cars, the lighter they get on fuel, the quicker they get tyre wear. Doesn't really affect them that much in terms of overall track pace. You can see we're already setting purple laps towards the end of lap 67 here. 4 and a bit laps to go of this race, and now you're just trying to absolutely floor it right through to the finish. Unlike any other race, you know, where you're in the lead, you want to be a bit more conservative than normal. But yeah, I think really, you know, between now and the end, as I set a 1:07.3 there, a very quick lap. If I do say so myself, you've just got to absolutely floor it there. Not getting the best run out of turn 1 there, making a little bit of a mistake as I get dragged out over that curb on the outside there. If you actually go over that, it is an instant warning there. If you do get a single warning, the run is basically off. I think it's Tor Leopard in P2, and unfortunately, you know, I don't think he actually made a mistake on his run. It was just a little bit of a slower run, as I said, a little bit more time to find, so you can't really afford, you know, if you even make one mistake, even if you set, you know, 5 absolutely perfect laps, you will still lose out. Overall, in the end, it is one of those challenges where consistency and not, you know, track extending does really benefit you. And now, as you can see, coming behind it, this McLaren there completely gets in the way as we come through the 3rd last corner there. Really frustrating, you know, the AI do that there. Didn't fortunately lose out on too much time from that. It did definitely cost me a bit, and, you know, that's where time could be found, you know, if they moved out the way, you know, nicely. But coming through the final couple of corners, they're absolutely pushing to the limits there, using the engine brake as, you know, to my advantage as much as possible there. And you can see we set a 1:08.0 there, so once again, not a particularly ideal lap as we come through there, but sometimes, as I said, you know, nothing really we can do about that there. But yeah, so we got one more lap car you see just in front of me here, and then if you have a look on the track map in the bottom of your screens, you can see there's no car, you know, sort of a good 10 seconds up the road after that. So hopefully once we pass him, you've basically got 2 laps of just absolutely flooring it. This car's so much fun to drive on the absolute limit. Where it's got the traction control, you can just push it to the limits and beyond, you know, floor it out the corners earlier than you would ever really imagine is possible. That's just one of the great joys of these, you know, early 2000 F1 cars here. You can see coming out through the double left-hander once more, losing the back end just a bit there, but the Renault does sort of get out of the way in an ideal position there. I was quite surprised by that on the whole. I thought, you know, park it on the apex there, be a bit more of a pain than that there, so quite happy with that in the end, you know, that he wasn't that difficult, although it did sort of cost me time in the dirty air. It wasn't actually that bad overall there. As you see, we set a 1:07.7 on the end of that lap there, so still overall, you know, we're setting 1:07, so that's pretty good. I think realistically, I could probably set all, you know, sub 1:73s, and now we've only got 2 laps to go of this Grand Prix. Clear air right through now to the very end. We need to just focus on setting absolutely perfect laps, locking up ever so slightly through turn 2 there, but, you know, nothing that'll cost me too much time. We still just about got the car slowed down on the apex there, so nothing we can really complain about too much from that. And now breaking down late as possible through the next corner, just pinching the front left on that curb once more there, and, you know, we are just absolutely having to push, you know, further than I think, you know, ever realistically want to try and push on this game. But I really, really do like this car. As I said, I've got so much confidence in it as we come through the final couple of corners. So you can see we're purple by a tenth over my 1 minute 7.3 lap there. So if we can set, you know, close to 1 minute 60s, then I would be very, very happy. Using the engine brake through the final couple of corners once more there. You know, you've sort of got to make sure the front end of the car gets turned in, and then short shift on the exits there. Set a 1 minute 7.3 once more there, just missing out on my PB here. And this final lap was actually my fastest of the race. Unfortunately, I don't know what it was exactly, where obviously after this, the game just take you straight out of, you know, this sort of whole mode. It doesn't give you sort of like an end of race thing. But yeah, unfortunately, therefore, that meant that I wasn't able to see what this final lap was. It definitely felt pretty damn good though. As you can see, we're already 1/10 up after turn 1 alone there. We did sort of clip the turn 1 apex. You sort of can get away with that just a little bit there, so you know, not really going to complain too much about that. But as you can see, coming down into turn 2 to get such a late apex there, really opening up my run on the exit of the corner. It didn't feel quicker at the time, but looking at it on the replays, you know, it did definitely feel like quite a quick run there. As you can see, coming through the next couple of corners here, you know, absolutely using the curbs on the outside and on the inside there, finally getting that corner nice and tidy there. See, we're nearly 2/10 up on my PB here as we come down in towards the final couple of corners of this run. You know, no chance to take a breather just yet, getting so close to running wide through there. Now through the final corner of the run there, and that is going to be the world record run. As I said, not too sure what that final lap was, but it was definitely, once again, another purple score there. But first place then at the end of the Austrian Grand Prix here, and that on the whole, as I said, there was probably a couple more seconds to find the laps where I was in clear traffic, sorry, clear air. You know, they felt very, very good on the whole. You know, rewatching them, you can see there's not too much time to be able to, you know, to be gained from those sorts of runs. But yeah, I think definitely, you know, looking at sort of an 8:35 and 8:36 could definitely be, you know, sort of a very, very quick run. But, you know, I doubt people are going to be absolutely pushing this one to the maximum there. But there we are then, as you can see, 252,110 points scored from that run. Set the world record by just over 4,000 points on the Xbox One platform, usually, you know, considered the most competitive platform, although I think realistically now PC is probably right up there as well. And, you know, PS4, don't get me wrong, is very, very quick also. But there we are then, as you can see, and 81 minutes 38 seconds, .277. If I'm not mistaken there, that is the world record from this event. Hopefully, you know, you guys have enjoyed this video. You know, fairly long one overall for the challenge. You know, these challenges usually about 10 minutes long there, but obviously I gave you all my setups and all of that as well. But thank you all so much for watching. Do not forget to like, subscribe if you're new around here, and if you did go on to enjoy this video. I may try and do more of these, you know, if the support is there, if you guys do want to see me try and set some of these records. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time for a brand new video.